Hello, welcome. This is Samuel Ambroson, and things are getting very interesting. So today I'm just going to start looking at the Git and the GitHub put together. Git is our version control system, or you can look at it as a source control system because it deals with the source. When you write the code, the line of code that you change will be updated in the system, and Git will learn everything that we do with our files in order to learn the version that we have currently. I remember I did not give you the traditional way of thinking or looking or defining Git. However, Git is a version control system, or you can look at it as a distributed version control system, as other people say. But I differ. I tend to differ always. I tend to put myself in a different angle and look at things differently. That's why, to me, Git is like a tracking system, a system for tracking your files. Everything that you do with your file, Git will track it as long as you have the Git repository on your system, operating within a specific folder. So every file in that folder will be tracked. But other files may not be tracked or, uh, you know, seen by Git if it is found in the folder which is not a Git repository in your local system. But today we're not going to talk about that. We are just going to see how to actually download the Git and start, using Git, or see some of the commands that can be used in our Git. So before you install the Git, make sure that your system hasn't got any Git. So you're going to check this system here. This is my computer. I'm going to type cmd to go to the command line prompt, and then I will type git. Just git there in the command line prompt. Wow, I have got my Git there. You can see, my friend, I have Git in my system already. You can see MV, move or rename file, reset to reset the current head, uh, remove files. All these are Git commands that you can see: branch, list, or create a branch. But let me see the version of Git that I have in my system. To do that, you just type Git version and then you enter. My friend, you see I have version 2.22.0 currently sitting on my computer. Git is a version control system or source control system. It's a distributed source control system because you can control the source remotely using GitHub, or control the source locally using the local device. Everything must contain GitHub. The Git. This is the Git program that must be sitting in your computer for you to create a Git repository. And it is the same Git that is used remotely, where you create a GitHub repository remotely. So that when you send a copy of your work from here, the Git in the GitHub remote repository will be able to recognize everything that you have done from here and update the system. That is the concurrency control that makes it a distributed source control. But in essence, in the nutshell, you cannot work on the GitHub repository directly. You must pull the repository, and you must clone the repository, the GitHub repository, on your local device in order to manipulate the file and then push it back. So when you look at it from that perspective, then, my friend, you come to realize that, the concurrency control of the distributed system is not maintained there. So you may not look at it as a fully blown distributed system, but it is a distributed source control system because of the connection between the local repository, which contains a Git, and the remote repository in the GitHub, which also contain the Git program inside there. So it is the Git that communicates between them to negotiate the deal, to know what happened, where, when, how, and who did it, and then everything will be synchronized. So my friend, I have Git on my system already, but let me show you how uh, to install a new one if you don't have any. We are going to update that one that we have just seen. Let us have a look at it again. CMD. Remember, with Git you can use any terminal, any command line terminal. You can use the normal command line interface, or you can use what is called Git Bash. Git also come with some Git Bash terminal, which it makes your computer look more like Linux, operating system. It's all the same. So on this command line, when you type Git, I did it before, it brings me that screen. And then if I want to see the Git version, I type Git version, and boom, I have version 2.22.0. So I'm going to see what happens if I update that version there, because there's an option that Git will give me to update that version instead of installing or downloading a fresh new one. I have had this one for 3 years now, so by now probably we have a new version that will supersede this one actually. So to install Git, my friend, you can just go to Google and type Git there. Just type Git there. Just type Git download, and boom. Oh, my computer like doing this a lot. I just accept. So my friend, from here you can see we have Git there, Git downloads, we have Git guides, install Git. This is for the GitHub, and then here we also have Git downloading package. There's a range of options that you can go through, but I recommend you to go and hit that download from Git source control management.com. So when you click that, my friend, you will see Git source control management.com downloads. My friend, from here you can see Git downloads can be done on any of these Mac operating system and the Linux. So these three operating systems are the requirements for this particular Git. So the older release are available, so you can click here if you want to see the older release of the Git, and then repository is found on the GitHub there. So there's a community that you can join as well, and there's a GUI client that you can watch if you want. There are logos as well. Some people like using logo for the Git on their videos, on their website. This is where they actually get the logo from. So if you want, you can get the logo for the Git here, which is very, very cool indeed. And we have also GUI client, which is which stands for these graphical user interfaces of Git that you may want to use. We also have Git extension, and we have also Tortoise Git. Some people like this. This is the power of Git in a Windows shell. So we have Tortoise provides overlay icons showing the file status, which is a powerful context menu for Git and much more, as you can see. And then you can go and look at some graphical user interface. This is for Git extension. It has a lot of features, my friend. You can use Windows Explorer integration for Git, Visual Studio, you can even view the commit log, view the commit log, on your computer by using this extension. You can see file history, you know, yes, a lot. So I take time and go uh, through some of these just to get used to, you know, the tools that Git provide. So the purpose for this video is not just to walk about. We want to download, so you can click Git download there. So when you click the download, it will bring you here. So I hope you guys know how to check the requirements for the operating system that you have in your computer, because sometimes when you click download, it will tell you or ask you the kind of operating system that will be allowed in terms of its version. For example, when I click for Windows here, it brings me the download for the Windows. So to finish the download, I can just click here to download the latest version. My friend, it was released 8 days ago. Lucky you and me. I just produced one video like 1 week ago about the Git architecture and the GitHub, and this version was not released yet. A week, I think it was 2 weeks ago. But now they have released a new version here, my friend. But there are other versions as well. You can have like for Windows 32-bit Git for Windows setup, and also there's another version for 64-bit Git for Windows setup as well. You also have portable Git. You can also use widgets, widget tool to install Git. And now, what is new? So now what? Now that you have downloaded Git, it's time to start using it. But we haven't downloaded it yet. I'm just showing you how to download it. So after making sure that you have the right Windows, my friend, uh, you have the right operating system, 64-bit version of Windows, then you can go ahead and click here to download. Remember, we check the version of Git that I have on this computer. This is not my normal computer that I use for recording. It's just the computer that I use it sometime back when I was doing some conference at the university. So I installed a Git on this computer like 5 years. I think it's 5 years ago in 2018, and the version is still there. So I did check previously, but let us check again just to compare with the version that we have there. The 64-bit version of Git for Windows. So let us see what we have on my system here. CMD, let's go CMD, and then Git version. You see, the version I have here is 2.22.0. I installed this one like 5 years ago. Lucky me, because it's really nice to know how fast technology grows. So you have to be up to the mark with technology. I'm lucky that I'm not using this. I'm just using this for educational purpose. That's why I thought it would be nice for me to show this to you. This is the old version of Git that I installed 5 years ago on my computer, but I have to update it. Thank God, Git gives us the opportunity to actually upgrade instead of installing a brand new or Git. You can actually um, upgrade. So when you click here to download, the download will just ask you to save it somewhere in the system before starting to download. I had already done it before, that's why you see it here, because I've already downloaded it before. Just you click save, and then it will ask me if I want to save the same thing again. and it's downloading here. You can see the download is going on. It's now I have two copies here, but I'm going to delete one. This is the current one, but I've already done one like 30 minutes ago. So yeah, that's the download for you, my friend. After downloading, then you just go and open that file and then run it in your computer. But before that, I just want to show you something, because um, because this gate is a new one and I have the old one in my system, but I want to show you how we can update the old version that I have in my system. You see, Git via Git. If you already have Git installed, you can use the latest development version via Git itself.